Fish Out of Water is the title of this year's animated Capstone film. It always takes a long time to design a story, create, and complete an animated film because a diverse set of interdisciplinary skills are required in order to succeed. In our Capstone, we start the process from the very beginning so the class does story development, technical testing, and after the foundation and pre-production phases are completed, we move on to production followed by polish and post. What we try to accomplish in just one academic year can take 2 or 3 times as long in industry with experienced professionals. So it's a tall order. This team makes our story come alive. You're seeing the end result of an enormous amount of experimentation and dedication on the part of our students. About halfway through the process, it becomes critical to the production team to collect audience feedback. We need your fresh eyes and perspective to counteract our story fatigue. This process creates insight into what is really being communicated. We use your feedback to help us complete our film. Thank you so much for coming to watch Fish Out of Water.
We worked so hard on these small little problems like the door, whether or not, like which way it should open, and they loved every bit of it and they didn't focus on those tiny little details. We were always so up against the wall and they just got the big picture. And we're only halfway done, so I felt like we had really done a good job.
To see how far it's come from the story sketches, the outline that we had in the beginning, it's pretty amazing. This is our main character, Roy, just working away at his desk, and this is the boss over here. Each of us on the motion team have a couple of shots that we work on, do little tweaks here and there to get it just perfect. It's a lot of fun, just making the characters move around and do what you want them to do. It's pretty cool.
You can show this to your family and I made this.
You have art majors here, sometimes music majors, theater majors, and we all get to work together on a production. And it's just good to see what everyone can bring to the table.
It replicates perfectly the kind of environment that a real animation studio would have. We get to collaborate and we get to learn the same tools that they're using in industry. This program really pulls the cream of the crop. There's a lot of really talented and smart people, and we get to engage with the director, Barbara Mones, and she knows so much. So just that collaboration and feeling like we're all working to create something really great and tells a great story.
The production team meets daily to review current work and iterate each aspect of the pipeline from one day to the next.
So we can see the progress each day, so that they can take that information and work on another version for the next day. And it's just good to see the progress of the film.
I think just a lot of the material in general was new for everybody. The process through creating them is very technical. You're manipulating a model, controlling all the little vertices on it. Right now I'm working on making sure the character weights work nicely, manipulating the influence on each of the vertices so that they're tied to the movement of this character skeleton. And so when you move the skeleton, all the geometry follows.
Right now I've been working a lot of rendering. You take all the components of motion and lighting and you put it all together and it actually looks like it's the animated film.
Right now I'm working on a model. I'm making the outline but also making the skeleton and making sure that you can work with it. For example, click on this and then you can move the eyes.
I'm just going through and I'm testing the animation because one of our riggers, he updated the rigs, the skeleton of the fish. So far so good. We've got some really cool bubbles from our great effects team.
Working on lighting. Originally I hated it. I thought lighting was really dumb because it's really time consuming, but then I really understood what lighting was all about after doing the assignments over and over again, and lighting is hard, but it's fun.
And it's kind of similar to photography. You want to capture the story and the shot. So this is what I'm currently working on. It can go from having just 3 lights to 20 or above. It can look as crazy as this. So.
A lot of the kids in this capstone stay overnight here just because it's so much work that needs to be finished.
We need to get this far by a certain day in order to meet these deadlines, and then you might have 3 or 4 other groups that are waiting for your results to be finished before they can start on their own project.
My friends came and they said they loved the film, so that was really sweet.
The fact that the audience actually knew what our story was about, what the idea was, and who the main characters were and stuff like that. Great news to hear. Time to work hard and get more stuff done now.